So, an idea of what's going on, another perspective of what's going on, is a falling out of love with the particular and falling in love with the whole or the all. And a possibly better way of saying that is you're falling out of attention with the particular and falling in attention with the whole. It's almost like if you take your current situation, wherever you're at, you have lots of things coming at you, lots of things are moving around in your physical environment, and you can be focused on any one piece of it. You can focus on a car or a tree, somebody walking down the street, or any aspects of your own physical body as your attention. Or by contrast, you can simultaneously spread your attention over the whole thing. Every bit that's in your awareness, you apply equal attention to, and then you're not focused in or zoned in on any one piece of it. You're not giving value of one piece over the other. And that's also another way of describing meditation, which is not giving preference to any one thing that's happening, any one sensory perception. And even saying falling in love or falling out of love with it is still not exactly correct, because awareness is not the same thing as what we know as love. Awareness or perception of what's going on is a very simple looking. You're always constantly behind the whole thing. And with the duality thing, every single idea that comes across your plate is one side of a whole. It's one aspect of a whole. And if you pick a camp and align yourself with that camp, then you create an enemy on the other side. You create its contrasted, unappetizing side. So if you really, even love, say you fall in love with love, you just want everything to be love, you want everything to be marshmallows and clouds and fluffiness, then you're disaligning yourself with its contrasted part, which is the hate and the angst and the negative emotions. Everything that makes love what it is, you're aligning yourself against that, and you're setting yourself up for some sort of a battle with that side of the duality. And this is not to say that, it's not even to say that you become neutral, because you're still indulging, so to speak, in love and even the hate emotions when they come up, but you're not making love like the winner or hate the loser. And so in that way, they're both allowed to exist simultaneously, and they balance each other. They don't cancel each other out. Although at the 0 point or the null point or the infinite convergence, merging of all the dualities, at that point you're exited the system, and there's no more that's the infinite residing awareness. And we can't really conceive of what that is from this perspective, from the physical, but that's what the natural result would be if all the dualities canceled. And this is, of course, speaking from this realm, so it's still not accurately describing what non-duality is. I think it's impossible to really use words to describe what non-duality is. Osho described it as the sound of one hand clapping. He said once you can understand that, once you can hear that sound, then you understand all of what I'm talking about. It's a paradox at first, but if you go down the path long enough, then the paradoxes resolve themselves. And everything doesn't go away, it doesn't disappear, all of a sudden you're in the void. That's not what happens. What happens is you're not attached. I know that's overused sort of a thing, but you're not attached as in everything as clouds passing through the sky, and you're the sky. And you're not creating a boogie monster out of any one side of any duality. You're just there. They are there, and you're witnessing them. Even everything that I say, if you try and take it literally and mentalize it down and try to point out exactly where this and that is happening, it won't really work, because it's a mental standpoint that you eventually can just realize, and then you were allowing anyway. It's just that you were camping on either side and creating a boogie monster out of the other half of the duality. That's all that was happening. And for those of us who still attach this and that and the other way and get upset about everything, we're just setting ourselves up with an affinity for one half of the duality and creating an enemy or a monster or an adversary out of the other half. And as Alan Watts would say, you're setting up a fight between black and white, and you're vouching for either white to win or black to win, and you're setting yourself up for a never-ending struggle, because white can never win and black can never win, because if either of them won, then they would have somehow achieved non-duality, even though not really, because you can't have just one or the other. That's just a mental plaything. The one hand clapping is a mental plaything. It's not. It's an absurdity. Our mind can't understand it. So it's duality. It's whatever. You can set up camp, or you cannot. You can try having a non-dual awareness, or you cannot. It's all experiments. It's exploring. It's creating. Otherwise, you're just sleeping through your life, and if you want to do that, or if you don't know you're doing that, then that's an aspect too. But yeah, that's about all I had to say for now. So yep, that's it.